This is the login portal that is private labeled for TRW credit. I'll use a demo login. Your clients will get this URL when they receive their registration email. It'll direct them here. They'll put in their email address and the password that we assigned for them. Click Let Me In. It'll take them to what we call a launch pad. And this launch pad is really a dashboard that lets them navigate through the entire credit building process. This particular account, I've actually filled in some data just so I could show you how some of the stuff works. But this launchpad is basically broken down into 4 sections. Here's the first one, second, third, and fourth. So the first one's just my profile one. You can edit the details by clicking this button. Also, a lot of this stuff will just fill in automatically as the client enters more information into the system. Since this is a long process, the clients don't actually have to remember where they left off the previous time. They can just click this My Credit or the Credit Builder Build Credit button, and it will take them to the previous step where they left off. So at any given time, if they log out or if it times out, they can just log back in and click Build Credit. Takes them right to where they left off. The support feature down here lets them log out, contact us. Those are frequently asked questions, and then also we actually have a coaching link here that gets them to a coaching calendar, and they can select the day they want to get coached. The My Credit section is kind of a neat feature in our program. Shows us how much credit's available based on the answers that the client is giving in the system, how much money is actually credit is getting underwritten, and then how much they've been approved for at any given time. As their business becomes more compliant and their credit improves, both personal and business, you'll see this number start to increase because more lenders become available to them. And our goal is to get them to apply for it and then obviously to get approved. So they can see these numbers move each time they log in here. What we want to do, I'm not going to click the Build Credit because that'll take us further along in the process. But what I will do is, if we just click over here on step 1, I'll take you through just some basic navigational features of the system. Gives them a welcome script here. Tells them to click on personal information. I'm going to give them a little bit of information on why we're asking for this. They'll continue. A lot of this stuff will just be filled in from the registration email, but they'll just verify it. They can edit this information here if they would like. If something's wrong, they can choose a different state, fix their phone numbers, their email address, save and continue. What it does on the next step is it actually pops up a box right here. Tells them that this is a sample of a notification that we may give them. At any given time through the process, if they answer certain questions certain ways, we may pop up a little box at the top here that says you may be pre-approved for a certain credit line, you may qualify for some sort of business resource. They can just close out of that if they want. Congratulations on completing the section. They can continue on to the next section just by pressing the continue button, and we move along. Now you'll notice over here that these are all green check marks, and that is because I've actually gone through the system on this demo account. For a client going through the first time, it'll actually be locked, so they won't be able to proceed. The check marks will only show up on those steps that have actually been completed. So right now we're on business information, which is the second step. To continue, they just click this and it goes on to the business information. It's a very easy navigational feature. Once they filled in one section, they can easily navigate backwards very nicely. They can always go back to their launch pad from here. They can, if they need help, they can click I need help here, contact us here. It takes them to the same page. They will just simply input a subject, give us their message, submit it, and then we actually track all of the tickets down here that they've submitted. It'll tell us the status, if it's closed, open, or pending, and then they can, it'll fall off eventually, but they can click the plus sign, and it's an accordion that'll open up that gives them the responses. So we can say, well, we can show the client that they asked us this question. Here was our response. Then they responded to it again. Here's our response, and we keep all this data and timestamp it so that at any given time we can tell the client. We can just be on top of the communication with the client, and they have a good record of it. From the launch pad, let me show you coaching. Coaching will pull up a new window. I've loaded a couple coaches in here. Let's select my name, and then the service. What we'll do is just put a coaching appointment. If the client decides that they want to coach, they want to be coached on Friday the 5th at 10 o'clock. Asks if I'm a new user or a returning user. If I say that I'm a returning user, I'll just put in my password, username and password, anything I'd like to tell the coach, finalize the instruction, the appointment, and an appointment is set. Then we'll be able to call the clients. That's one way that they could get a hold of us if they would like to. Anyway, then there's four steps to the process. First one is profile building. Second one is compliance, legitimacy. We get your business really compliant with banking and bureau standards. Make sure we fill in all the gaps if there is any, if there are any in your business. Step 3 is going to be vendor credit, where we really start. We open up files at the different bureaus and get some basic credit so that you can get a score. And then step 4 is going to be the high-level cash credit, alternative financing such as factoring, merchant account advances, equipment leasing, cash credit, so on and so forth. They're always welcome to log out here. They could log out here. This is a lifetime membership, so the clients can come back here at any given time and see where they are. If we've added new vendors, they're welcome to come in and apply for new vendors anytime in the future. Log out by clicking on this button, and it should take them back to the original screen.